All right, we're here at the X Games. I'm here with Greg Roe, one of my trampoline heroes.
How you doing, buddy?
Love this guy. I followed Greg for a number of years, and you're finally at X Games.
Yes, man, we finally seeing here what's going on. Freestyle Trampolines finally made it at the big boy table, so it's quite excited. You've been there from the beginning. You know where it started. It started with just literally a bunch of crazy kids online just killing themselves, and that's where it started. That was 2013, 14, 15, you know, the Rat Boys and all that sort of stuff. Everyone starts coming in. JR from Junk Tramp starts doing events. We do events, and everyone else starts doing it, and then all of a sudden you see this community forming over time. And now, over time, we're now here at the big boy table debuting this beautiful sport and the community more than just the sport itself, right? And we're at the X Games, Salt Lake City 2025. If all goes well here, knock on wood, then we'll be a medal event in the next year or so. So that's what's on the table.
So how do you get to that next step? So you guys are at the X Games now with Acon, right? So you guys you're showing off Acon's gear. There's some advertising there. Is this kind of like a preview? And the execs are gonna be like, we're gonna see if you guys look good, and then we'll see what next year looks like?
Yes.
Have you had any preliminary conversations about that?
Yes, 100%. Basically, the first conversation was, we want you guys to be a medal event. And that comes straight from the head of the global events. That we sat down with them and said, we want to make you a medal event. Where can we start? It was World Champs last year in 2024, Barcelona, beautiful event, like a festival like this, right? And we can take that now into the real world and put it right beside other action sports, right? So all of a sudden now we've gone from the trampoline parks, and now we're presenting on the mainstream stage in front of literally hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. So that's where we're now playing with that. And the X Games has picked up on that and said, you know what? These guys got something. This is cool. Plus the fact that all the other action sports use trampolines, right? So when we say that it's a stage where we do all the education, we do all the staff training for Woodward, Ski Canada, Snowboard Germany, Ski Latvia, all these different snowboard teams and skate teams, they work with us specifically, right? So we say, no, we're bringing much more than just a cool show. So the X Games said, yeah, this is great. We want this in. What do we need to do? This was the first step. And then they said, look, are you guys organized? Can you actually bring an audience? Can you make sure no one dies here? These are all the little baby steps that they want to see this year, which we're knocking out of the park. They love it. We just actually spoke to one of the executives just a couple minutes ago, actually. He said he's all good to go. And next year, if all goes well, then we'll bring World Champs here, and then that becomes a medal event, and then they expand us out to all the locations. So that's
it builds,
That's the plan.
But you hit on something that I liked. You talked about how trampoline is in every sport, right? So they're using trampoline to cross-train skiing. You know, all these sports, trampoline is kind of like a common denominator in all of them. And I think I did trampoline shows previously, and one thing that I noticed was, you know, everybody can relate to trampoline, right? As a viewer, all the kids have jumped on trampoline, right? Not every kid has sent a dirt bike over a 50-foot gap, which is cool and very impressive, but the aspect of trampoline that's so good is it's so relatable. And you have kind of this context of how difficult the skills are. And you're like, that kid just did quint kaboom. I just learned backflip, and it was like the hardest thing I've ever done. So trampoline relates to the crowd. And that's what I want to see. So I want to see a lot of the shows that you've been doing in Europe, and Europeans are doing something different. I don't know what they're doing, but they've got shows going on over there. I want to see more of that come into America, and it obviously needs to start with us, and we need to start building it up. So I'm looking, you know, Freestyle Trampoline, Tramp Wall, we've got Jake Hinga, you got Junk Tramp, you have Luke Shupp and the whole crew that he's got living at his house in California, and I want to work with you and work with them to do what I can to help build the community. And it's like, I'm happy to be in the background helping organize some of this stuff. You know, I'm not much of an influencer. I'm not the camera guy that people are looking to follow, but
me neither, man.
I want to work from behind the scenes and like help this next generation kind of come. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to see with X Games, and I'm hoping next year that we can be a medal event, and I'll be here and I'll be involved. So we got a demo coming up. These guys are going to demo the Acon trampolines. They've got the Acon X out there, which is a super sick trampoline. I'm excited to jump on it myself, and you guys are going to throw down, right?
Yeah, man.
What do we expect to see from the guys today, trick-wise?
They're going to be doing grabs that you would see in BMX and skateboard and scooter, because they're trying to say, hey guys, I can do a melon grab. I can do a stale fish, right? I'm like you. That's kind of the trick here is, hey guys, we're like you. We're simulating
Is that
with
freestyle,
the
like creativity,
we're like you.
flow.
Exactly. So it's not just like, hey, huck and chuck us 6 flips and see if we make it. No. We're trying to say, no guys, we are like you. We can do the things you do, but we do it on the trampoline, but we also can go way higher, so we can correlate, we can work together. That's what they're going to do, and they're going to show the X Games what they're made of.
Perfect. Awesome, Greg. All right, guys, I'm super excited to see the demo and show you guys some flips here at X Games.
a wide variety.